History isn't shaped by armies. It is shaped by a handful of warriors, so lethal that entire empires feared them. Throughout history, certain warriors stood apart and became living legends. Their skill, intelligence, and brutality made them deadlier than thousands of soldiers combined. By the end of this video, you'll see why the #1 warrior was so formidable that his battles did not just decide wars, they changed history itself. What kind of warrior refuses freedom twice? Tlahuicole was a legendary warrior of Tlaxcala who rose to prominence during the late 15th century resistance against the Aztec Empire. He was known for his exceptional battlefield intelligence and his overwhelming physical strength. Similar to Thor, he was famous for fighting with a heavy club that an ordinary soldier could barely lift from the ground. As Tlahuicole participated in military campaigns defending Tlaxcala's sovereignty, rumors of his skill and power spread beyond its borders. On the battlefield, he carved through waves of Aztec warriors with terrifying intensity. Even as his own men fell around him, his savage strength made him a living nightmare. Eventually, he was captured. But even in chains, Tlahuicole refused to bow or beg. When Emperor Moctezuma II ordered his release, Tlahuicole refused, saying it would be dishonorable to return home after being conquered. Instead, he chose to suffer alongside other prisoners. Still determined to save him, the emperor gave Tlahuicole command of an army. Once again, he proved unstoppable. When offered freedom a second time, Tlahuicole refused again, choosing instead to die as a warrior. In ritual combat, he killed several elite fighters before finally falling and being sacrificed. While most kings ruled from thrones, Richard the Lionheart ruled where men died, on the front lines. Born in 1157, Richard I was tall, powerfully built, and relentlessly trained for war. He was infamous as a master swordsman and an aggressive hand-to-hand fighter. His skill with the crossbow made him a lethal threat to his enemies. Richard's reputation as a warrior was established during the Third Crusade. He led his army from the front, fearless and unyielding. At the Battle of Arsuf in 1191, he defeated Saladin's much larger army through careful timing and strategic brilliance. Richard was a master tactician. After a difficult struggle, he seized Acre successfully by using the geography and force of his men to his advantage. Respected by allies and feared by enemies, he was the ideal representation of a warrior king capable of protecting his people until his very last breath. Sun Tzu proved that the most dangerous weapon in war isn't steel, it's the mind. Sun Tzu was a Chinese military general, strategist, philosopher, and writer. He is not remembered for a single combat, but for his unparalleled mastery of strategy and military thought. As a general and advisor, he transformed armies into disciplined and efficient forces capable of outmaneuvering opponents far larger in number. His work, The Art of War, focused on intelligence, deception, and the psychological elements of warfare. Winning through violence was not his first instinct. As he famously wrote, "The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting." Those who applied his principles achieved remarkable victories, turning almost hopeless situations into decisive triumphs. Though he rarely fought on the front lines, his influence shaped countless generations of soldiers and leaders throughout the world. His legacy showed that true martial power lies not in brute force, but in intelligence capable of deciding entire wars. The next warrior on our list turned duels into executions, and patience into a weapon. His name was Miyamoto Musashi. Born in 1581, he is remembered as one of the most formidable swordsmen in Japanese history. Orphaned young and forced into hardship, he learned survival early. After defeating seasoned swordsmen in early duels, he realized his destiny lay in combat. Musashi went on to remain undefeated in countless duels and eventually became the deadliest samurai in history. He used psychological tactics such as arriving too late to provoke anger. Once his opponents were fuming with rage, he would finally show up, completely calm, and defeat them with his excellent precision and cool-headedness. He had excellent command over a wide range of weapons, including spears, swords, and kusarigama. He fought multiple opponents at one time, and each time his precision, calmness, and unconventional strategies made him unbeatable. If Sun Tzu mastered the mind, and Musashi mastered the blade, then Xiahou Jun mastered pain itself. Xiahou Jun was a renowned commander under the warlord Cao Cao during the late Eastern Han Dynasty and early Three Kingdoms period. Known for his unwavering loyalty, exceptional combat skill, and fearless bravery, Xiahou Jun became one of Cao Cao's most trusted generals. His excellence in both sword and spear combat, his capability of breaking enemy lines with precision and force, left both allies and foes in awe. Xiahou Jun combined battlefield skill with strategic insight, using ambushes, deceptions, and surprise moves to disrupt and outmaneuver opponents. In the pivotal Battle of Guandu, his tactics targeting enemy supply lines and morale were crucial to Cao Cao's victory. Legend holds that during combat, an arrow pierced his eye, and in a remarkable display of courage, he tore it from his face and swallowed it. This fearless act earned him the nickname One-Eyed Warrior, securing his place in history as a commander whose skill, bravery, and determination were unmatched. Rome had faced countless enemies, but never one bold enough to bring war to its doorstep. His name was Hannibal Barca. Hannibal Barca, born in 247 BC in Carthage, was one of history's most brilliant military strategists, earning the title Father of Strategy. He was the son of the general Hamilcar Barca and grew up with a fierce determination to challenge Rome after Carthage's defeat in the First Punic War. His most daring feat came in 218 BC, when he led an army of around 50,000 soldiers, 9,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants across the Alps. His army crossed deadly mountain passes to reach Italy, a risky but brilliant move that took the war directly onto Roman soil. There, Hannibal demonstrated unmatched tactical genius. His most famous victory came at the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC, where his double envelopment tactic annihilated a much larger Roman army. Though ultimately defeated, his strategies influenced military thought for centuries, cementing his legacy as a commander whose intellect and audacity reshaped the art of war. This next warrior didn't command armies. He was the army. Simo Hiha, nicknamed the White Death, was a Finnish sniper who became legendary during the Winter War between Finland and the Soviet Union. He was born in 1905, and for most of his life he was a farmer who enjoyed hunting and shooting as a hobby. He was 33 years old when the Winter War broke out between Finland and the Soviet Union. Because of his extraordinary talent in long-range shooting, he was one of Finland's most valuable soldiers. Hiha primarily used a Finnish M2830 rifle and a Suomi KP-31 submachine gun. While operating in sub-zero temperatures, often as low as -40 degrees Celsius, he remained camouflaged in snow for hours or days, waiting for his targets. He is credited with over 500 confirmed kills, making him the deadliest sniper in history. His presence alone terrorized Soviet troops, earning him the nickname White Death. Surviving multiple counter-sniper and artillery attempts, Hiha was eventually severely wounded in 1940, but recovered and lived until 2002. He left a legacy as one of the most skilled and lethal snipers in military history. Many warriors made their names in battle, but only one was powerful enough to face dozens alone and still survive. Lu Bu, born in 161 AD, was one of the most feared warriors of the late Eastern Han dynasty, nicknamed the Flying General for his unmatched agility and skill. He mastered nearly every weapon and combat style of his time, from horseback archery to the halberd-like Fan Hua Ji. His strength and precision made him a one-man army, capable of holding off multiple opponents at once. Despite his legendary prowess, Lu Bu was impulsive and prone to betrayal, killing both his adoptive fathers to seize power. His most iconic moment came at Hulao Pass, where he fought Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Liu Bei all at once. He was captured and executed in 198 AD. Lu Bu's ferocity, skill, and battlefield dominance secured his place as one of history's greatest warriors. This next warrior's story started as a slave, but his fists and strategy challenged the mightiest empire in history. Spartacus was a Thracian gladiator who became the most famous leader of a major slave uprising against the Roman Republic in 73 to 71 BC. He was captured by Roman legions and trained at the gladiatorial school near Capua. In 73 BC, he escaped with a small group of fellow slaves, quickly turning it into a formidable army that challenged Rome itself. Renowned for his strength, combat skill, and leadership, Spartacus led daring raids and employed clever tactics to outmaneuver Roman forces. His rebellion inspired tens of thousands of slaves, proving that strong leadership and determination could challenge even the mightiest empire. Though ultimately defeated and killed, Spartacus's legacy endures as a symbol of courage, resistance, and the relentless fight for freedom. Every warrior on this list changed battles, but this one changed the world. Alexander the Great, born in 356 BC, was one of history's most legendary conquerors. Mentored by Aristotle and trained in warfare from a young age, he became king of Macedon at the age of 20 and quickly established himself as a brilliant military leader. Alexander combined unmatched tactical genius with personal courage, leading his troops into the fiercest battles himself. He conquered Persia, Egypt, and reached the edges of India. By the age of 30, he had created one of the largest empires the world had ever seen. His ability to adapt to different battlefields, unite diverse armies, and foster loyalty among his troops made him nearly unstoppable. Though he died at just 32, Alexander's campaigns reshaped the ancient world and cemented his legacy as a warrior whose ambition, strategy, and skill remain unmatched in history. No warrior before or after him conquered more land, faster, with fewer defeats, and at such a young age. And that's why Alexander the Great claimed the top spot. But the real question is, who would you rank as number one?